Andrew
Mhm.
Maubi Daktari,
All right.
you were in party naito Wiper. Uh,
Yes.
Later, we saw you in UDA. Later, we saw you in ODM. And
Mhm.
later, rumors have it you are now in Wiper. What is
There are no
happening?
rumors. Now, let me
What
tell
is
you, my brother,
Yes, yes.
in politics, any move that a politician makes, it has to make sense to them and it has to make sense to the people. The moment I made a footing in the UDA, I looked at an opportunity that was left unexploited. So this opportunity was, I had a competitor, no mentioning names, that had left an opportunity, and I believed in myself that I could deliver from whatever kind of political formation,
Okay.
right? Because I believed in the kind of support that my people have always given me.
Yes.
So when I looked at that opportunity, there are two factions. This is the truth. We have the Azimio faction and we have the Kenya Kwanza faction. All right.
Yes.
So when I looked at this opportunity, everyone else was in the Azimio faction, and there was none in the Kenya Kwanza faction. So what did my calculations lead me to? I said, if this Azimio faction members could divide the vote
Yes.
and leave me alone fighting with them, then I could easily sail through. That
Yes.
is what happened. But as probably rumor would have it, or as you may have heard about it, uh, I came to the ground and sought the views of the people. And this is the question I asked them: gentlemen and ladies and children, on the youth, what do you think? Do you choose a leader or do you choose a party? You know, the mistake I made during that time is that I was not so clear whether I have a move to make. And I didn't
Yes.
have to reveal that I have a move to make for political reasons, because once you tell people clearly what you want, your competitors can even block. All right? So
Yes.
when I asked this blanket question, it was not in one forum. I remember at one time, I had a meeting of over 500 opinion leaders.
Yes.
And I asked this question loudly and clearly. And this was the response. And I want to paraphrase in my native language.
Yes.
Intwe no mondo togo chora tali chama.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
Loosely translated as, we do not elect parties, but we elect individuals. So if you offer yourself for an election, it is not about which party you belong to, but the individual that you are and what you promise to do for us.
Yes.
Fast forward, so I came back to the party that I intended to join and joined. I was so shocked. Uh, 2 days later, I started receiving calls from my staunchest of supporters, from my strongest supporters. There was an uproar. There was a loud cry. So, as a leader, when you hear such loud cries, you listen. So I was like, you guys, I'd asked you a question and you answered to the affirmative. What is the problem? So, well, to cut the long story short,
Yes.
the cry was too loud that even the strongest of candidates in an upcoming election would retract and meditate about it and make a different decision. So, what did I do? I came back, met now a few of the people. I was more clearer. I listened to them and I took a vote. Now, you see, when the people decide, even if you want to go against, you can't. So the people decided, out of 52 people that I met spread across the constituency, and these were the staunchest of supporters. only 41, not only 41, 41 of them approved that I move with immediate effect to an Azimio related formation or party.
Yes.
Only out of that, out of 52 and 41, so 11 of them are the only ones who voted that I stay. It was not
Yes.
only a vote. It was so overwhelming, my friend, that everyone now finally agreed by consensus. Even this other team that was supporting the UDA fraternity
Yes.
were like, my friend, we have listened even ourselves to the ground. And
Yes.
it's only fair if you move from this party that we love. I'm talking about this 11, so
Yes.
that you can join the Azimio faction. So I
Yes.
asked them, which Azimio faction would you recommend? They said, you can choose any, but going back to where you are is even better. All right?
Yes. Yes.
Fast forward, fast forward,
Yes.
on my way to making my decision, then I get a serious offer.
Yes.
You and I know that the ODM party is attractive.
Yes.
As far as my constituency is concerned, Kitutu Chache South.
Yes.
So I got an offer from the top leadership of the party. I don't want to mention or to victimize none or no one. So when I got this offer, I remember I consulted a few people, a few of my friends. So I was like, I didn't have enough time to go back to the people and tell them exactly. And you see, as a leader, you don't have to consult on everything.
Yes.
Sometimes you make decisions based on your own intuition and what you believe in. So
Yes.
because there was such a short lifespan or a short
Mm-hmm.
span of time for you to make
Yes.
decisions, so I saw it was a good offer and I grabbed it. And
Yes.
the promise was, to be honest with you, that I was to
Yes.
be handed a direct ticket from the top leadership of the party, right? So I joined. But as I was joining, remember I had my documents lodged with the Wiper Party. My documents now are with the UDA Party. And now that my documents find themselves in the ODM Party. So confident that I'll be handed the ticket, I was almost settled. So after a few days, I was so shocked to learn that there are nominations. So I said, you know what? Every strong candidate is in this party, and I know I'm the strongest. So what did I do? I started planning for nominations. So as you would know, on the eve of the nominations, then we are being called to report immediately to Nairobi. We have spent resources. We have talked to our people. Of course, no regret with our networks. We have done everything possible to prepare. Actually, like myself, I'd even paid agents, right? I had dispatched my teams. Now at 10:30 p.m., do you recall people from, yeah? So what I
Yes.
said, I made a few calls here and there, and my team members also called other team members to cancel and to let them know that the exercise has been cancelled. Actually, there are people that we did not even reach that had to come in and probably do a few voting. A few of them were voting. So, but some of us, by the time voting was starting, they had arrived in. We had arrived in Nairobi. All right.
Yes.
So voting started. I don't know what was being planned behind. So while we are in Nairobi, somebody calls us, or our supporters keeps up calling us. Oh, voting is going on. You are lied to. What not? So we lodged a complaint to the elections board, and they were like, "No, we cancelled. We are not going to count any vote." But there are people who remained even on the ground to keep mobilizing. All right. So I don't know what the grand plan was, whether there was a plan to let others mobilize while some of us had left the ground. Hold on. I'm busy here. Hold on. Yeah. Hiyo ni mchezo ya watoto, don't worry. So then I think the heat was felt. So because we kept asking ourselves, why were the nominations cancelled and yet we were ready? But because there were preferences, and you see parties are owned by given sections, You cannot fight in other people's parties, and we cannot wrong no one. I am not here on this platform to blame none or to blame anyone. I am here to reaffirm my position that I am on or in this race for the Kitutu Churches South parliamentary seat stronger than before. One of the things I would like to inform you that now, after that had happened, because there were no nominations, now that day we were being called. Who's God? You can block other people's ways, my friend, but God has their back. So I was called to clarify which party I belonged to by the registrar of political parties. So I was called. I was asked, which party do you belong to? So, of course, because things had happened, and I knew definitely anyone could smell a rat. I was suspicious of everything. So, of course, since my papers were in each of those parties, I confirmed that I was in the Wiper party. And I was actually indeed in the Wiper. Let me tell you, had I been handed over probably the ODM ticket, things would have been elephant for me because the registration and everything was in the Wiper party. So as it stands, I'm running for Member of Parliament for Kitutu Churches South constituency on the Wiper party.
Okay, so who betrayed you?
Why is your picture stagnated? It's not. It's
Not
still.
moving.
It's
Okay,
still your network or something.
okay.
No,
Are
never.
you
I mean,
here?
not at all. We can continue if you're able to get me and the audience is with us. That is no problem.
Okay, are you getting me?
Yes, I can hear you, but only that
Okay.
your image is still. Yeah,
There's no problem. There's no
yeah.
problem. So, who betrayed you in
None,
this whole story? Who betrayed you?
none. I was never betrayed. All
And
right.
people say that because you are associated with one Simbarati,
Uh-huh.
so the governor who has a problem with Arati had to sacrifice you. What is your take in this?
My brother,
Yes.
I have told you, I have no one to blame for this particular exercise. I'm happy that I was able to, by luck, be in a party. You know, sometimes pushing an independent party is a problem. You know that.
Yes.
So I'm in a party. I'm in Wiper Party, my party actually. And this Wiper Party is in the Azimio formation, as you would know. And we are here to prove that a certificate is just a paper. And we are here to support the presidency of Raila Amolo Odinga. We are here to support the Azimio formation. And as you know, even our people, now this is where their comments and input comes in handy. They said they are not electing parties, they're electing individuals with their agenda. So I have no one to blame whatsoever. You know, sometimes, bro, you can have to plan things that destroy your political subjects. But I want to tell you that God has his role and he has his part. And I can tell you to where I am today that God has his hand in my particular plans that I have for the people.
Oh, okay. Thank
Yeah.
you. And now let me go to this question. Uh, what do you stand for? What are you bringing to the table?